Playing the Enemy by John Carlin, narrated by Saul Reichlin. This work is copyrighted 2008 by John Carlin. This recording is copyrighted 2009 by W.F. Howes Limited. John Carlin follows the events leading up to the 1995 World Cup with a knowing eye for history, as Nelson Mandela succeeds in uniting a nation on the brink of civil war by getting South Africa as one to support the celebrated Springboks.
Don't address their brains. Address their hearts. Nelson Mandela.
And now, Playing the Enemy.
Introduction. The first person to whom I proposed doing this book was Nelson Mandela. We met in the living room of his home in Johannesburg in August 2001, 2 years after he'd retired from the South African presidency. After some sunny banter, at which he excels, and some shared reminiscences about the edgy years of political transition in South Africa, on which I had reported for a British newspaper, I made my pitch. Starting off by laying out the broad themes, I put it to him that all societies everywhere aspire, whether they know it or not, to utopias of some sort. Politicians trade on people's hopes that heaven on earth is attainable. Since it is not, the lives of nations, like the lives of individuals, are a perpetual struggle in pursuit of dreams. In Mandela's case, the dream that had sustained him during his 27 years in prison was one he shared with Martin Luther King Jr., that one day people in his country would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. As I spoke, Mandela sat inscrutable as a sphinx, as he always does when the conversation turns serious and he is the listener. You're not sure, as you blather on, whether he's paying attention or lost in his own thoughts. But when I quoted King, he nodded with a sharp, lips-pursed, downward jolt of the chin. Encouraged, I said that the book I meant to write concerned South Africa's peaceful transfer of power from white rule to majority rule, from apartheid to democracy, that the book's span would be 10 years, starting with the first political contact he had with the government in 1985. I got a hint of a nod at that, too, while he was still in prison. As for the theme, it was one that would be relevant everywhere.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?